Hi, I'm Lunara Ara, and today I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to be a new Final Fantasy XIV player. Or at least relatively new. Because I've been playing this game for at least 8 months, give or take a few weeks, and it's been quite the ride. Okay, so before I get into the topic of the video, I do just want to warn that there may be spoilers ahead. So yeah, you have been warned. Anyways, let's get into the video. So you're probably wondering, well, Lunara, what have you been up to this whole time in the past 8 months in Final Fantasy? What have you been doing? So I started 8 months ago playing Final Fantasy XIV for the first time. And I have to admit, it was a little bit overwhelming at first. There was a pretty big learning curve for the beginning, at least for the first few months. I found it a little hard to play the game, especially because I primarily play FPS games and RTS games, first-person shooters being my main squeeze. With Halo being my favorite game franchise and all, I tend to play first-person shooters a lot. But I have played World of Warcraft in the past, so I did have some experience with MMOs. Now, hold up, you're probably thinking that, oh, Lunar's just a WoW refugee. Before you call me a WoW refugee, I actually left World of Warcraft before it became a dumpster fire that it is now. And, I left World of Warcraft just before the latest expansion, Shadowlands, and I played through BFA. It was okay. I enjoyed it, but it went downhill since Cataclysm. That's all I'm gonna say. But that being said, I have had experience with MMOs, so this isn't my first rodeo with MMOs, and I kind of knew what to expect. And it still had that learning curve, and I'm still having a little bit of bumps in the roads from time to time, whether it's me just messing up my rotation, or standing in an AoE for too long, or not getting out of the AoEs. I kind of have a notorious reputation for standing in AoEs. I do heal myself, and I use equilibrium a lot, and I do use my shields and stuff, but like, kind of notorious for doing that, and I need to do better if I want to get into the more savage content, like the actual savage content, which is something that I want to do. Because I used to actually mythic raid in World of Warcraft. I was a top tier mythic raider at one point, and I really enjoy putting myself through that immense amount of psychological torture. Just wiping after wipe after wipe after wipe after wipe after wipe for hours on end. I did enjoy doing that. It's just the relief of finally beating that boss is totally worth it. And, like, with good boss fights, it's fun. And that's why I want to do the Savage content, because I've seen and heard so much about Final Fantasy XIV's Savage content. It looks insane, and it sounds insane, and I want to put myself through that, because it looks genuinely fun to me. But for now, I have to get past that learning curve, which I'm still having, just the bumps in the road and stuff. Nothing too bad. But if I want to get into that Savage content, I'm gonna have to work my way up to it. I can't just throw myself into it. Or I'll be basically causing team-wide wipes over and over again, and making a lot of people very angry. And I really don't want that. We're all here to have fun. So, learning curve-wise, that's pretty much about it. I'm just having some difficulties with the mechanics and my rotation and stuff like that. Nothing too bad. It's stuff that I can learn and practice out. But for the main part, I've absolutely enjoyed Final Fantasy XIV. The game is so fun. And the story is very expertly crafted, especially once you get into the Heavensward expansion. The story just is so beautiful and amazing. I absolutely loved Heavensward, and I just finished Stormblood, so I'm working my way into Shadowbringers now. I just have the Stormblood raids and Extreme Trials to do, and I believe there is a 24-man raid that I have to do as well. So I have to do that stuff. It's really gonna be fun, and I've enjoyed Stormblood's story up until this point, and I imagine that I'll continue to enjoy it, and I can't wait to get on to Shadowbringers. And I've actually already... I haven't even finished the game, but I've already pre-ordered the newest expansion for FF14, Endwalker, and I'm super excited to play it. I'm actually insanely hyped for it. Like, it looks like it's gonna be fun, and I can't wait to go to the moon, baby! We're going to the moon! But yeah, I like this game so much that I've already pre-ordered the next expansion. And I haven't even finished the last 2 expansions. I'm the base game and 1 expansion and a half in. And I just decided to go ahead and pre-order it because that's how much I genuinely like this game. It's extremely fun, and the story is beautiful. So, I've been talking all this time, and I haven't really explained what actually initially got me into Final Fantasy XIV, and the simple answer is my girlfriend got me into it. She played it for a very, very long time. She's been playing since Stormblood first came out, I think, and she absolutely enjoyed it. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and it was totally worth it because it's been an absolute blast. And I really enjoy playing this game with her. It's one of the things that we do together. And in my honest opinion, Final Fantasy XIV is a great game for couples. And it's great for bonding, teamwork, and just having regular old fun with your significant other. So that was my initial draw to Final Fantasy XIV. I didn't even know it existed until my girlfriend told me about it. And really, that's what brought me to the game, and now I'm sticking around for the gameplay, the story, and just how fun it is. And another thing that I absolutely love about Final Fantasy XIV is that it has such a great community. The people are awesome in this game, and there's a lot of people who play this game, and the world feels absolutely alive. Every time I go to Limsa, it's packed with just people everywhere. Now, I will say, there are a few rotten apples in the cart, which are, I'm gonna be honest, most likely World of Warcraft refugees, because they seem to act like that a lot, and a lot of the times, especially in dungeons, it'll be people who have bought the skips and don't know how to play their character. But there has been the few odd times I've ran into a few rotten apples from the FF14 community as well. It's not just WoW refugees. There was a few people who were a little bit rough on me for being new to certain dungeons and where I was doing my first run, especially when I was watching cutscenes and they were just pulling the boss when I'm the tank. So, like, it's a little bit of both sides, and it's not really all that bad. It's to be expected, and it's just once in a while. It's not that bad. But I have had those experiences, and I thought that was worth bringing up because this is a video talking about what it's like to be a new Final Fantasy player, and that stuff unfortunately happens. And sometimes they can be a little bit mean in the chat, but it's nothing too bad. Most of the time, if you're a sprout and you're brand new to the game, people will respect you and actually like genuinely help you with the game. People will actually like tell you how to do the mechanics in a nice way. They won't just like be mean to you like they are in World of Warcraft over mechanics and like tell you to get good. No, they'll actually like write out the mechanics in chat and everything for the boss or what you're supposed to do. And honestly, that's really nice, and I don't see that very often in games like World of Warcraft, but every time I do a dungeon, a raid, or something like that, an extreme trial, a trial, in Final Fantasy, there's always at least one person looking out for the sprouts, and I really appreciate that a lot. In my 8 months of playing this game, I can say for the most part that the community is extremely welcoming, and it is one of the best communities I've ever seen in a video game, and it's just so awesome. And there's not very many toxic incidents or toxic people in this game. It's usually really, really welcoming. Which is awesome because quite a lot of video games nowadays have toxic fan bases. And I know that for a fact because even my favorite game, Halo, has a somewhat toxic fan base. And I'm not even going to get into World of Warcraft's fan base. For the time I played that game, it was a terrible experience with the community. But I have to say, World of Warcraft still isn't as bad as Destiny's community. Anyways, I'm not saying all of these communities are toxic, and I'm not saying everybody in them are toxic. There's just a lot of toxicity that goes on in those communities. So please don't feel called out by that, because that was not my intention. But yeah, anyways, Final Fantasy's community is generally welcoming for the most part. And I'm very much enjoying this game, like, on all levels. Community, story, gameplay, like, it's just such a great game, and I don't see myself stopping playing this game in the near future. It's just that fun. So now, before it gets going too long about this topic, I'm going to move away from the community and go back more towards the gameplay and my general experience for the gameplay. So yeah. Anyways, there's been a lot of fun things that I quite enjoy about this game. There's tons of mini games that you can play, especially at the Gold Saucer. I'm kind of addicted to some of that stuff. Triple Triad and a whole bunch of other things like that is just super fun. You can even race chocobos, which I think is super cool, and I'm gonna start getting into it and start breeding chocobos for racing, because I think that sounds pretty cool and it seems pretty interesting to me. You can also buy apartments, houses, and mansions in this game and outfit them, which is fucking awesome. I already have an apartment and have outfitted it with the help of my girlfriend who's an Omnicrafter. And I also bought a lot of that stuff myself on the marketplace because it was relatively cheap. Now, the prices have been going up in the marketplace recently with all the new players, but I did manage to outfit an apartment. It's nothing special or anything like that, it's just a messy apartment, but I really did enjoy designing and building it up like this. I think it was really fun placing the different furnishings and stuff around the apartment room. It kind of felt like I guess like building a Lego set in a way, I guess you could call it. It sort of feels like Forge from Halo, but in its own way. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna continue to keep doing this, and I'm gonna continue to improve my apartment, and maybe I'll do apartment videos once in a while when it comes to Final Fantasy. And eventually, I do want to buy a mansion. I'm gonna work my way up to getting a mansion eventually. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to have to do a lot of gil farming, but I'm definitely going to get that mansion. I want a mansion. Another big thing about this game that I quite thoroughly enjoy is the mount and pet collecting. I've mostly farmed all of my pets and gained most of my pets through the MSQ, and the same with the mounts, but I did do some mount farming with my girlfriend, and that has been very fun. And I do buy mounts off the marketplace once in a while. Not like actual paid mounts, but like mounts with gil, like mounts that other players have gotten and put up on the auction house like thing. I have bought a few of those. I've actually bought 2 of those for around 200 to 400,000 gil, which is not that bad. I have a giant glowing rooster from there, and I also got this really cool flying transforming mecha which has a fucking machine gun strapped to its arm. It's fucking badass. I've also farmed out all the My Little Ponies from the base game to get the God My Little Pony, the Kieran, the golden flying Kieran, which looks absolutely savage, absolutely awesome. I love it. And I've done quite a lot of mount farming. Mount farming is one of the big draws to this game that I have. I love mounts, and I love collecting them. So I'm going to be trying my best to get as many of the mounts as I possibly can in this game. And I'm also going to be trying to go for the pets in this game, because the pets in this game are fun to collect as well. I already bought one pet off the marketplace, which was the fat cat, which is this big chonker, but I actually have a few other pets that I quite enjoy too as well. There's even a pet that's literally a campfire. There's a pet that is literally a campfire. I mean, like, I can't make this up. It's fucking cool. You can place a campfire down just for fun. And I think that's awesome. So pet and mount farming has been one of the huge draws to this game for me. I genuinely enjoy that next to the gameplay and the rating. And it's been really fun collecting these pets and mounts so far. So last up, I'm going to be talking about Glamours, and oh boy, I absolutely love Glamours. Like, I've been farming out Glamours in the dungeons for days. Once I find a outfit that I like and an armor suit that I like, or anything that I like, I just go for it and I grind it out. And I absolutely love doing that because I get this awesome outfit to wear at the end of it, and it's something that just feels genuinely rewarding going for those glams. And I really, really like that aspect of the game because you can mix and match these armor sets and make your own glam, not just a full set. And that is cool on its own. And something that I really like about Final Fantasy's Glamours is it's sort of like transmogs from World of Warcraft, but it's way different because you get multiple glamour plates, which each plate is one outfit or one glam, and there is a set number of 15 glamour plates, so you can wear up to 15 different outfits. And you can always change those glamour plates at an inn at a glamour dresser later on. But if you find 15 different sets of armor that you like to wear and you happen to be in a main city, you can just change your armor all willy-nilly if you wanted to. You could go from one armor set to the next, and that's something I really like because if you're into collecting armor, you can show off all your different armors, or your most impressive ones, or your most impressive glamours. And it's just really, really nice that they allow up to 15 different glamour plates, and they're all fully customizable at the glamour dresser. So you can get over 10 outfits that you can go to the main cities in the main storyline and just change your outfit there, and boom, you have a new outfit for every activity. And I absolutely love doing that because I can change my armor and I'm not stuck to one armor set all the time. And I don't have to change my armor in ways that I don't like. I can literally just set my armor up for however I like it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. There is one last thing that I forgot to mention when I was talking about the story and gameplay. One aspect that I really, really, really love about this game is that the game doesn't treat you like another NPC. The game treats you as the Warrior of Light, the God Slayer, the Icon Slayer. Like, people fear you and people love you as a hero, and it's absolutely awesome, and it feels so rewarding and so great. And another thing that I like about that is that the game focuses more on redemption than kill the bad guy. Some bad guys actually get redemption arcs in this game, and that is genuinely really wholesome, and I really like that because yeah, sure, they were bad at one point, but they've changed, and now they're somewhat good, and they're not actually bad anymore, and they're your new friend. It might be a little bit awkward because you were fighting them an expansion ago, but now they're your friend, and you don't hate them. And it's kind of funny and awkward, and I like that. Those are two aspects of the game that I really like. And I think more games should do that because it just genuinely feels more rewarding in the end. Also, I know I said that was the last thing, but there's one more thing that I want to talk about. So the last thing is, and I already mentioned this, the game has an amazing story. And the story, if I just want to briefly amalgamize it, if that is even a word, just like, let me briefly explain what the story is kind of like. It's like if you took Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and fucking Halo, Destiny, you just threw them all in a blender, and it came out this like glob, and this glob was radiating a golden light, and it was like the holy grail of stories. This game is literally all of that, but on drugs. This game is so fucking fun, and the story is amazing. And the lore is so fucking deep. There is so much lore, and it's awesome because I'm a lore hog, and I absolutely love lore. And I'm just going crazy with this game. I fucking love it, and I really do think it's a great game. Anyways, that is all I wanted to say. That is all I really wanted to talk about. This has gone way longer than I thought it would. It's been over 20 minutes now, this video, and I think that's long enough. So I'm gonna stop the video here. You guys have been watching this video long enough, so don't forget to hydrate, don't forget to do some stretches. You don't want to get blood clots in those legs of yours. Anyways, that is truly it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy and want to see more Final Fantasy content like this in the future, then don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to leave a like if you genuinely liked the video. Okay, that's it. I'll be seeing you in future videos. Bye!